Hello everyone. So we're back with another pickups video. Yesterday I got home from the Midwest Gaming Classic. That took place over the weekend. That would have been April 30 or March 31st through April 2nd in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And I just got some pickups here from the show, some pretty amazing stuff that I wanted to share with you guys today. I was going to do a coverage of the show and everything, but was struggling with some depression and everything during the show, so I didn't get enough footage shot during the show and everything to really share anything like that with you. So I'm just going to do a quick pickups video with you and share everything I got. So let's get into the pickups. First off, I got a bunch of comic books I picked up at a couple of local shops before the show actually started. I'm going to go ahead and share with you. I got Captain America 106. The idea is in my head that I may go for a Volume 1 Captain America set at some point. So I went ahead and picked this guy up. Got Iron Man number 4. This is significant for me. I got it for a really good price. And this actually completes book 1 through 5 in the volume 1 set for me. So that's a great pickup. Then I'm just going to show you these other ones. A lot of good quality titles to add in for that Volume 1 Iron Man set. 22, 24, 28, 29, 30, 31, 35, 38, 39, 60, 77, 98, 105. And then, as you see, there's just a bunch of others, lesser books there, but also definitely some awesome stuff to add in. Let me get set for the next set here, and I'll be right back with you. Next up, at a couple of the half-price books, I was able to pick up a couple of the missing volumes I needed for the Naruto manga run, and I got 1 and 2. Happy to have those, and that gets me through the first 15, have those complete. Happy to add that. So let's get into the pickups that we got at the actual Midwest Gaming Classic. So, I picked up the Fortnite Nintendo Switch bundle. You see here, I was talking with the vendor. He gave me a really good deal on it. You see, it's not quite as stylized as the OLED switches, but it does have a really cool design on the outside of the dock along with the two different Joy-Cons. And this console, I ended up paying $320 for it, which I thought was a pretty fair price for what it is. It's never been used before. It has been unsealed, but it has never been turned on or taken out of the packaging or anything before. So super awesome to have that into the collection. I do collect the Nintendo Switch consoles, and I was happy to add this one in. As Retro Legends and a few other people in the Adam Corlick server can tell you, I'm a big Fortnite fan, love playing it. Got into 100 and several of the battle passes before, so happy to add this into the collection. And it's kind of an interesting one with it being Switch traditionally not something you would want to play Fortnite on, and then the Nintendo Switch, something I love. So happy to add that. Next up, we've got a single Nintendo 64 game I picked up. Picked this up from a friend of Retro Legends, Reading Rambo. He sold me this guy for $25. It is complete in box, pretty good shape, nothing wild, but happy to add this into the collection and help him out with clearing some of his collection out. So happy to add that guy in. Next thing up, I went ahead. Sorry for that jump cut there. I needed a reset. I had a decision to make at the show whether to collect American GameCube only and deal with the prohibitive costs or make this purchase that I did. I picked up a modded American GameCube. It comes with the Swiss disc to be able to play all import GameCube stuff. So I got this whole lot here for $300. Thought it was a really good deal. Comes with the system, controller, all the cable hookups, along with I got a bunch of good games too. Star Fox Adventures, Tales of Symphonia. That one's probably going to be a rough one. Happy to add this one. Doshin the Giant. This didn't get released in America. Zoids versus Naruto 4. And then a bunch of good ones here. Animal Crossing. This guy did come with the memory card, which is needed to be able to save any of the Japanese games. Apparently, American memory cards are not able to save Japanese titles, so that's super cool to add in. We got Rave Race Blue Storm, Super Mario Stadium, both the Medal of Honor games you can see there. Picked up Pikmin, Mario Party 4, 5, 6, Mario Party 7, then Mario Tennis, Naruto 3, and Mario Golf. I was happy to add those in. I was looking to get some other titles. I will ask anybody, if you do have Pokemon XD or Pokemon Coliseum for the GameCube Japanese, and you'd be willing to want to get rid of those anywhere around the Kansas City region, St. Louis, MoGameCon, Como, anything around there, hit me up. I would be willing to make a deal to buy those off you if you're interested in getting rid of them out of your collection, or you just have them to sell. So let me reset into the next thing we got going here. So next up, I did a deal with Adam Korlick. He was getting rid of some, purging a little bit of stuff extra that he had at his house and wanted to get rid of. So I bought some stuff off of him. Traditionally, he's not much of a seller, but just had some extra stuff that he wanted to get rid of, and I was more than happy to pick it up off of him. I got Bust-A-Move 4 for the Dreamcast, and it also included a loose copy of Sonic Adventures. Wanted to pick up a Dreamcast version of Sonic Adventures, so happy to add that. Then a few PC Engine games. Picked up Cyber City, East of Eden, and another one here that I have absolutely no idea what it is, but happy to add in some PC Engine CD games. Those will go. Those will play, if you know. Those will play on any of the PC Engine or TurboGrafx CD consoles, because they are region free, which is super cool. Next thing I picked up was I picked up a Famicom off of him. I'm gonna go ahead and show you as well. I picked up a few titles. This was given to me as a reward for 5-starring a podcast at the show, along with these 4 titles. Pretty filler on these. They were a gift to me from Retro Legends. Happy to have those in and have some other stuff to play on the Famicom. This is definitely the gem of those games there, though. And then this came from Adam Korlick as well. It is a faceplate cover for the Xbox 360, Japanese exclusive. He only wanted the game out of it, so I went ahead and took the faceplate off of him. He didn't want it anymore, just taking up space, so I was more than happy to take it off of him. Let's get into the next pickups. Next up, during some me and Retro Legends went to a whole bunch of thrift stores in the Waukegan, Illinois area and picked up several cool things at them. I was able to pick up this from a Goodwill. It was $12.99, as you can see there. It does work, which is super cool. I've wanted one of these for a real long time. If you know, the HD DVD is synonymous with the Xbox 360, as it was partnered there at the beginning. They released a HD DVD player add-on for the Xbox 360, and I've always just kind of had an infatuation with the HD DVD format. And I was finally able to add a standalone Toshiba version into my collection. And this will be great, an easy way to be able to play all of those HD DVDs without having that Xbox 360 add-on hooked up. I did also pick up some movies as well. I got the Phantom of the Opera, Evan Almighty, Swordfish, Smokin' Aces, Happy Feet, and The Bourne Supremacy. This one is a cool one because it finishes off the Bourne trilogy on the HD player for me. Next up, I'm going to show you all of the PlayStation stuff that I picked up. So, as most of you know, I'm traditionally an Xbox collector. I don't really care a lot about PlayStation stuff, but I do care a lot about the Generation 7. I think going forward, Generation 6 and Generation 7 are going to be key to be able to actually play retro games in the future. Real quality titles without having to be like the NES, SNES era where it's mostly 2D stuff. I don't personally find a lot of enjoyment out of that. I do like the 3D style of games a lot. So I went ahead and bolstered up my PS3 collection quite a bit, as I'll show you here in a second. I picked this up towards the end of the show. I got a PS Vita, which I've never had before, along with two PS Vita titles. Big fan of the Neptunia series, as you'll see here. So I went ahead and picked this guy up, the Vita, and then a sealed copy of Goddess Blackheart. Super happy to add that into the collection, and got it for a real banger of a deal, I think. Next up, I'm just going to go through and show you. I got a whole bunch of PS3 stuff. I decided I did not want to go 100% Xbox 360 on this show. So I split it about halfway and spent some money on some PS3 stuff to add into the collection. Quality titles. Hyperdimension Neptunia V. The Jak and Daxter collection, remastered in HD. J-Stars, this was recommended to me by Retro Legends, actually, that this is a good title to pick up. And I did get, letting you know, I got some real good deals. A few dollars off on every single one of these. Some of them even more than that. We got the White Knight Chronicles International Edition. As a few people in the Adam Corlix world will know, this is a Miku game. Not a lot of interest in it personally, but it was cheap enough. I went ahead and added it into the collection. Thought it might be fun to try out sometime. And now I got a series of... Well, this is a standalone, I guess. I'm not even 100% sure on how to pronounce it, but it is a JRPG for the PS3. Happy to add this one into the collection. Should be fun to check out. Got Ni no Kuni, Wrath of the White Witch. Didn't have this yet. And then we got 3 the Ratchet and Clank games here. We got A Crack in Time, All for One, and Tools of Destruction. I didn't have any of these yet, and Ratchet and Clank is a solid series on the PS3. Happy to have those in. Next up, I got 3 Tales games. Tales of Symphonia Chronicles, Tales of Xillia, and Tales of Xillia 2. Got those for all real good deals. And then I added in 3 Atelier, as I was told by the Sunshine. This is the way to pronounce that, is Atelier. Added an Atelier Shelley, Atelier Meruru, or something along. I'm sorry, my pronunciation is probably bad. And Atelier Rorona, Alchemist of the Arland. Happy to add those guys into the collection. Then lastly, one more PS3 game I added into the second Neptunia MK2. That finishes off the Neptunia set on the PS3. Happy to have that done. And then I picked these up at pawn shops as well. Picked both of these up for $10 total for the 2 of them. The Kingdom Hearts collection, the story so far, has a whole bunch of different Kingdom Hearts games on it. Super happy to add those in. I wanted to play through the Kingdom Hearts series, so that'll be fun. Added in Bloodborne. I've heard only but good things about this. Everybody wants a second game in this series. And then I also picked up Gran Turismo. I think I picked this up for $2 actually, which is super cool. Another PlayStation VR game to add into the collection. Let me reset for all the Xbox goodness now, and we'll get this wrapped up. First off, I'm going to go through the OG Xbox stuff here that I picked up. Then we'll get into the 360. And then I got a couple of TurboGrafx games and one 3DO game. Then I'm going to go ahead and show you. So we got Rainbow Six Lockdown, Ghost Recon Island Thunder, Rainbow Six 3, Call of Duty Big Red 1 Collector's Edition, Gladiator Sword of Vengeance, MVP Baseball 2005, NCAA 2006, March Madness, a bad copy of Fallout 2. Probably try to replace this one in the future, but the disc is in really good condition, so at least there's that for now. Headhunter Redemption, True Crime Streets of LA, New Legends, Without Warning, Fable: The Lost Chapters, a manual for my copy of Alter Echo that I didn't have, the original Ghost Recon, Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind, and Enclave. Let's get into that Xbox. Okay, let's get into that Xbox 360 goodness. So we got the PopCap Arcade Volume 2, Family Game Night, the original, Space Chimps, MXGP, the official motocross game, Farming Simulator, that finishes that subset, Warriors Orochi, that finishes that subset, Dragon Ball Z for Connect, Test Drive Unlimited, NASCAR Unleashed, Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, Shaun White Skateboarding, that finishes that subset, Raiden 4, this is the heaviest game I think I picked up at the whole convention, Xbox 360 wise, finishes the Raiden games, Ice Age Continental Drift Arctic Games, that'll be a Connect banger I'm sure. Harry Potter and the Deadly Hallows Part 2 finishes the Harry Potter game subset. Mafia 2, Risen 3 Titan Lords, Far Cry Instinct Predators finishes that subset. Grand Theft Auto IAB, and episodes from Liberty City, this is the complete edition. That finishes all the Grand Theft Auto games in the series. Dirt Showdown, I'm only missing Dirt 1 I believe now. Elder Scrolls 4 Shivering Isles, this is the expansion pack. This is a pretty uncommon release from my experience. I don't see it around very often, or really at all actually for that matter. So happy to have this one in. Finish off the Elder Scrolls subset. Phineas and Ferb Quest for Cool Stuff. Bakugan Battle Brawlers. Deadliest Warriors Ancient Combat. Top Spin 2. Bakugan Defenders of the Core, Crash of the Titans, and then we got a bunch more 360 over here. I just got to make room to get them over here. And we got Nicktoons MLB, Tekken Tag Tournament 2, History Channel Legends of War Patent, Where the Wild Things Are, Never Dead. This game looks interesting to me. I don't see it around very often. It's pretty interesting. I want to check this out and see what it's about. Fuel. Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End. Tropico 4 Gold Edition. This is the last game in this subset of Tropico games that I needed to finish. Just Dance Disney Party. Way of the Samurai 3. There's a running joke about this game. I had never seen this game before going to Illinois. I picked this up at a Second and Charles location there for a pretty good price, I felt like. And then it seemed to be at every store we went to afterwards that this game was just everywhere. There was a sealed copy for $2 less that showed up. This copy, it's just unbelievable. This game was everywhere. It is bizarre. Bass Pro Shops The Strike. Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City. This is the second to last Resident Evil game I need. Rayman Raving Rabbids. Rapala for Connect. A Nickelodeon Dance 2. I already owned this game, but it was only $2 and it was a steelbook copy, so I decided to pick up Sniper Ghost Warrior. Got this one at a pawn shop actually. Adrenaline Misfits, PES 2015, Just Dance Greatest Hits, and this was the last Just Dance game that I needed for the subset. Just Dance is finally done, thank God. Dirt 2. WWE 2K14, Night at the Museum, Battle at the Smithsonian, Cameo Elements of Power, Sonic the Hedgehog, Ben 10 Omniverse, and this will be Atlanta Dave's favorite game out of this entire pickup, the Persona 4 Arena Ultimax for the Xbox 360. So I'm just going to go ahead and shift over here and show you the last of the pickups here. I picked up at a pawn shop, strangely, they had some TurboGrafx game there chilling, and I picked up Sports TV Football, just a loose copy, don't really care that much about it, but it was cheap enough, I decided to add it into the collection. I got a banger of a deal on this guy, only paid $40 for it. It is a mint CIB copy of Boxy Boy. I'll open it up here and show you. Got the game, real clean copy. Happy to add this one in. The manual's clean. Just everything about this copy is in great condition. Happy to have that in for only $40. And the last thing here is something else I picked up off Retro Legends in a trade we did. Samurai Showdown for the 3DO. Okay, everyone. So that was all of my pickups from the Midwest Gaming Classic that took place this last weekend, the end of March 2023. Happy to add all of those things into the collection. Officially on the Xbox 360 set, we are down to 225 titles left to go in the series and the full NTSCU North American set. Happy to add that in. Happy to add those games in that we were added in today. And just happy to add, like I said, happy to add those in to the collection there. And on to the last 225 to finish that series. Thanks everybody for checking out this video, and I will catch